Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about tyre pressures. Now before you all fall asleep, I think it's important to consider all the things that tyre pressures really do influence. Everything from your fuel economy to your ride comfort to how long your tyres last and also how long your suspension lasts, sort of the extra pressure put on the suspension components. So it really is a vital thing to get right. Now, for those of you who don't know, you can find tyre pressures listed in the car, and I'll show you that shortly. But let's talk a little bit more about tyre pressures in general. So for those of you who don't know, tyre pressures are basically how pumped up your tyres are. You'll notice on the tyre itself, excuse the mess on the car, that there is a maximum pressure permitted for your tyre. You don't really ever want to pump it up anywhere near that. It'll be far too high. But tyre pressure changes throughout the seasons with heat is directly proportional to heat. So as the sort of temperature of the tyre goes up, whether you're driving or in hotter country, for example, or it gets colder, all those things will affect will affect what your tyre pressures are. So as it gets hotter, tyre pressures will increase, and as it gets colder, tyre pressures decrease. That's why when I drove to the Arctic Circle and went from 6 degrees here in the UK to -20, I had to repump the tyres up. They looked like they were going flat, and that was because the pressure literally dropped as I drove to the Arctic Circle. So it really does make a difference. It affects your fuel economy because if your tyres are underinflated, it's essentially more resistance because there's more flex in the tyre wall, which means that the car is wasting energy. It also affects the life of the tyre. So tyres have a sort of correct inflation level, and being too far over that will mean that only the centre of the tyre will wear, and it'll accelerate the wear of the tyre. Below that, and the shoulders will wear. So you really don't get even coverage on your tyres. And as you can see, these Michelin Cross Climates have got plenty of life left. Expensive tyres, so we want to make them last as long as possible. They obviously have an effect on ride comfort as well. Everybody knows if you pumped your tyres up high to get better fuel economy, then the ride becomes very crashy indeed. And that's because tyres are essentially the first part of the suspension. Tyres are designed to give, and that's dependent on the pressure, how much they give. Imagine a shock absorber, for example. If you tighten that down so it was able to take less shock, the ride would be more rough, and that is exactly the same for tyres. So having your tyre pressures too high makes the ride comfort really stiff. Dropping it obviously reduces the stiffness and can make it more comfortable over bumps, but then obviously you've then got the trade-off of worse fuel economy, accelerated tyre wear, etc. So it's a bit of a minefield when it comes to it. Now, a lot of cars have different tyre pressures that you can run in different scenarios. So for example, our Sprinter van over there, that is 65 psi on the rear, 44 on the front, which is extremely high, and that's because that van is designed to carry heavy loads. Cars are obviously a bit different, but certain manufacturers such as Vauxhall, they give different tyre pressures depending on whether you want to get extra fuel economy or how many people are sat in the car. Volvo like to keep it nice and simple. Let's show you now where to find your optimum tyre pressures, because although this is an S80, it can vary between models. So for example, I'm not actually sure what the XC70 and V70s are, but you'll see there are different options listed. So fortunately on this car, it's all very simple. So no matter how many people you have, this is just inside the driver's door shut, by the way. No matter how many people you have, it suggests 38 psi for the eco run, or you can have it at 32, depending on how much give you want. So there's a lot of, as you can see, options. Now I run mine at 38, so it gives you a nice blend of fuel economy. So I can just get this to focus. There you go. And yeah, there's a lot of variation there, as you can see. Different speeds indicated as well. All of these are 160 kilometers an hour. It's 100 miles an hour. If you want to exceed 100 miles an hour, say you drive on the autobahn, gives you then another load of measurements here. You can't see it, but it does say 39 there. It also gives you the spare tyre pressure as well. So yeah, Volvo give you different scenarios, which is quite handy. You can see here these ones are for if you have fully loaded car, fully passengers, and all the bags and everything like that. So yeah, you can see I've managed to shut the seatbelt with the door a couple of times, but yeah, it really is such an expansive topic, and it's really something you need to be getting right. Like I said, it changes so much with the temperature that you need to be checking your tyre pressures all the time. I'd say once a week, at least once a month I fill them up, because they tend to drop over time as well, with lots of potholes and everything. Every time you hit a pothole, a tyre will lose air. And yeah, it just is such an important thing. It really transforms the character of your car. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on tyre pressures. Let me know what tyre pressures you run on your car. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.